3 months after the launch of the PSPO, I think its impact's been overwhelmingly positive. From the feedback we get from residents, from people who work in the city centre, they say that since its inception they feel much safer in the city, and they feel that the work that the council and the police are doing in collaboration is really positive to address some of the behaviours which have prevented people from coming to the city centre and made people feel unsafe while walking around the city. The PSPO has really filled a gap in legislation. It allows us to address certain behaviours which may not necessarily be criminal, but it allows us to put interventions in earlier to address them and prevent them from escalating. So we found that since having the PSPO in place, we've actually seen a reduction in some of the wider criminality as a result of that early intervention. We've been able to put behaviour to bed earlier and get people out of the city before they can start offending. Well, my officers patrol daily with our colleagues, the Citizens Ambassadors and Sustainable Community Officers with the Council. We're very aware that upon consultation, a large concern regarding the PSPO is that we'd just be prosecuting people, vulnerable people. So a real concern of my officers is the engagement and the engagement and the intervention aspect. So a lot of it is around speaking to people, discussing that their behaviours aren't acceptable and that they're actually in breach of a PSPO, and then we escalate from there. So we go through signposting to support services, to then interventions such as seizing alcohol and actually dispersing people from the city centre and giving them notices of intended action, which can be reviewed by partners at a later date, and any appropriate outcomes can be applied. We've certainly seen a reduction in antisocial behaviour within the city since the inception of the PSPO. We've seen I attend lots of business forums and groups, and I have good relationships with a lot of the business in the city centre. They're all saying that they've seen a marked improvement, especially through the main corridors of Fargate, High Street, Pinston Street. They're saying they feel much safer and a much more pleasant place to be.